My name is Andy Thompson. I am the Automation, Lifting and Materials Handling Specialist here at CSD Automation. I'm going to cover the demo. So I'm going to introduce you to the new ManipuLift 150. Okay, so the new ManipuLift, the design engineering team were set the challenge some years ago to see how they could improve, enhance the existing product. Okay, as part of that project, they went out to the customers, they went out to field service engineers, and most importantly, they spoke to the operators to get their feedback on what enhancements they would like to see, what improvements they would like to see within the system. So based on that, the team who have been designing this equipment, combined experience of 80 years. They've got hundreds of manipulator systems under their belt working in the field today. So the improvements were improved ease of use. So you can see the system in the background. The system has improved geometry to enable the system to raise and lower a lot easier, which I'll demonstrate during the trial itself. Enhanced safety features, again, I'll mention that within the trial and demonstrate that. And also the durability of the system for frequent use. Okay, so the system you can see here is the ManipuLift 150. As in the name, it has a 150 kilogram capacity at the end of the parallel arm. This one has a 3 meter reach and has a 1.4 meter lift height range. Okay, this does have a bigger brother. The bigger brother is a 300, and as the name suggests, 300 capacity, 4 meter reach, and a 1.6 meter lift. And then an even bigger system is the 900 with a 900 kilogram capacity, 5 meter reach, and a whopping 2 meter lift. Okay, the system itself, this one, as demonstrated, is a floor standing system. So this could be mounted anywhere within the factory and then work within that reach. It can be inverted onto some overhead steelwork. So if you don't want the 4 column in the way, it can also go onto a rail system, so it can run along the side of a line, gives you greater reach. Those types of systems could have a towing arm, so they could hook onto a carrier, move along with the vehicle if it is automotive, and they also can come with travel drives to increase the speed of the operator as the operator is moving around with the component. Okay. So if we just get a bit closer to the system, I'll just talk through the controls initially. So handles, ergonomic height, very comfortable to use. Okay, on and off button. So the on and off controls the brakes. This is for the rotations. Okay, you can see the rotations up top. They all have double piston brakes on there. Hit the brakes, system is secure and it's not moving. Okay, next to that is a balance trim. Okay, so the balance trim is used if you have 2 or more variants, slightly different weights. The operator can slightly adjust the balance for the raise and lower of the system. Again, all about ergonomics for the operators. Okay to lift. Okay to lift indicator there, so when the part is clamped correctly, okay, the system moves to load, which gives it enough pressure to raise and lower the system, and the indicator comes on to tell you that. Okay, this is a 2-handed control system. Okay, so we have an enable button, a good position for the operator on the left hand, their thumb, and then we have the buttons on the right hand side for their right hand. Again, good ergonomics for the thumb. We have a clamp button, release. And then for this system, we have a rotation cylinder which rotates the part 180 degrees. So we have a rotate left and a rotate right. All of those are driven via the enable button. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just go through the demonstration and the use of the system. Okay, so as you can see, easy to move up and down, easy to walk around with. I'm moving into the component. Just before I start there, just to look at the end effector itself, this one has nylon jaws, okay. We'll go for nylon, it's a wear part. Obviously, if it comes into contact with your components, we're not damaging the components. Materials-wise, we can use a softer PU. We can also use aluminium, and we can use hardened steel. You can see inside here, you have the part presence switch. So that detects the part and tells the system that you're okay to then clamp the part. Just make sure, guarantees that you're in the correct position. Okay, these types of systems, so this could come with guides. The guides will help and aid the operator locate onto the component quickly and easily. We can have guides on here to locate on stillages, dunnage, carriers. We can also have guides to pick up actually on whatever we're placing it onto. So for example, in automotive, we could have guides to pick up on a vehicle. Again, it's all about the operator, easy movement, fast for them. This is pneumatic clamp, relatively simple end effector. Great part of the design of this, we can take a standard element of the system and we can then integrate a vacuum end effector. We can integrate a hook, effectively whatever potential customer needs for their applications. To my right, you will see a system. So this is actually for an instrumentation panel. Instrumentation panel weighs 80 kilos, okay? The operator for this one will move from one stillage, transfer into a second stillage, all about sequencing. Also use these to be able to pick up an instrumentation panel and actually place into the vehicle. So something, if you try to do that with people, you're probably looking at 3 or 4 people to be able to do that. Okay, so if I move on to picking up a component, so I'm walking in, okay, going close to the component, my PPS sensor would have made, and now I can enable and I can clamp the component. Okay, system's clamped and my OK to lift comes on. That tells me that it's clamped correctly and that I'm ready to lift. It switched to load mode. So I can now lift this up, okay, and then I can move it around with the component on it. Okay, nice, easy to move, no stress on the hands. To rotate is simply enable, rotate left, enable, rotate back right, okay? And at any point, I can take my hands off it and the system will stop. So if I just move this to the place position, okay, come down to the place position, place it down, enable, release, and the component is released, it automatically switches to no load and I can move and I can continue the process. That's the compressor, okay? So I move over to pick up the next part, okay? Again, PPS sensors made, enable, clamp, and now I can raise the component up and move it away. So a little bit about the system. So this system is a pneumatic system, fully pneumatic, works from pneumatic logic. Within that, we have the integrated safety, okay? So if I was to look to release the component in midair, it's not going to release. And if the pneumatic power, for any reason, to the factory was to go down, the system will hold the part for 2 minutes, often longer, but 2 minutes to meet the standard. Okay, the system itself, although this is pneumatic, we can, it's really customer preference, we can go for pneumatic with electrical integration, or we can completely remove the pneumatics and have a fully electrical system. Okay, Again, if we move over to the next component, okay, I'll locate on there, enable clamp, okay, go a bit higher on this one, okay, and raise up, okay, and again, got the component on there, easy to move up, easy to move down, easy to move around all the joints. And then I can place a component down and enable and release. Okay, so if I just pop the brakes on here, okay. That concludes the actual demonstration of the system. And now I'd like to invite in the CSD Automation founder and managing director, which is Chris Pikeman.
Thank you, Andy, for a fantastic demonstration. Just like to say thank you also to the CSD team for producing such a fantastic product. Really good effort. Thank you, guys.
So I think there's is there any questions?
So everything is designed and manufactured in the UK. So we've got a drawing office here in Letchworth. We are using the latest 3D software to design the systems, and everything is manufactured and assembled, tested in the UK. And we've got a full suite of service engineers and field engineers that go out and support the product in the field. Yeah, so when we developed this product, we actually produced a test rig in the workshop here, and we put that through 250,000 cycles, which in a typical automotive application would represent about a year's worth of production. So. Yeah, so everything on the system is fully adjustable. We'll initially design to the process, but when it comes to the commissioning phase, then we can make adjustments throughout the system to control the speeds, to suit the operators and really the process that they're performing. Okay, so we are monitoring the pressure in the lift cylinder constantly, and that allows us to know whether the weight of the component is actually on the system or not. When that's not detected, when the component's put down onto the floor or onto the supporting feature, it detects that and allows the release mechanism to activate.